Think, girl. Try to remember.
This is your own...
Where am I? Well, this clearly isn't Tokyo. Am I dreaming?
I was leaving school, and then... I need to get home.
The words and actions of his classmates serve to increase his loneliness, but he is used to it.
The sun doesn't shine anymore. It's broken. When you finish this restoration, you get a fun surprise.
What's wrong with the moon?
I'll collect all of the fragments, and then... Huh? Where... Where am I? I was leaving school, and then... Right, okay. Better check my phone. That's strange. It won't turn on. Did I break it or something? Okay. I need to get home. Am I underground? What a strange stone. I think there's some... Huh? Oh. It's so bright. Okay. This is definitely not Tokyo. There's something in this cage.
There you are, Hina. I thought you were gonna sleep the whole day away.
I'm sorry? How do you know my name? And how are you floating?
Oh, no need to get yourself bogged down in details. For now, all you need to know is that you can call me Papa. Hurry up now. Time's a-wasting. Just sit back and let Papa be your guide.
Wait up! Please, just talk to me. Who are you and what is this place? Also, how exactly am I supposed to get home?
Boy, all these questions are giving Papa a real humdinger of a headache.
Is this an elevator?
It certainly is. Now hop aboard. Let's be on our way.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Okay, so are we in, like, a theme park or something?
Ha! Not even close. This nifty little structure is called the cage.
The cage? Wait, hang on. Why am I in a...
Oops, sorry about that. I've been keeping some late nights recently.
Is that a black mannequin?
So close. That, my dear, is a dark scarecrow. Remember how I offered to be your guide? Well, I'm afraid my services aren't exactly free. You'll need to put in your share of the work. Welcome to adulting!
Now wait just 1 minute. I was dragged to this place against my will, and now you want me to... Wait, what's happening?
Lips draw tight in an attempt to mask uneasy eyes. A wavy-haired girl gazes up at the towering building before her. It smells sweetly of old books, worn paper, cracked leather. As the girl moves, she wonders if she has somehow found her way into one of her childhood cradle tales. This is a school for youngsters who show promising aptitude in the ways of magic. The professor gives her a pamphlet outlining the day's schedule. It also contains her first lesson, a handful of simple spells she is expected to master. A feast of almost unbelievable bounty awaits the new students in the dining hall. Partway through the hall, she encounters a shy, bespectacled student, crying softly to herself. It seems some cruel boys have stolen her dinner. Don't worry, says the new girl. I'll get it back for you. She and the other girl make their way to the end of the dining hall. There, they find the boys clutching stolen heels of bread. Vile sneers spread wide across their faces. Give it back, says the girl. The girl thinks for a moment. Then she decides to teach the boys a lesson, using one of the magics from her pamphlet. But the spell is all flash and dazzle, and the laughing boys easily repel it. The girl gives the spiky-haired boy a brief thanks, even though she felt the issue was well in hand. The boy smiles proudly, then rushes off to rejoin the feast. Having so recently been peeled from their families, every heart in the room is filled with unease. But the smell of good, warm food causes all tension to melt away. The three exchange bashful glances, embarrassed at the way they all spoke at once. Each one feels part of something larger than themselves, almost as if they were starting a new family.
Who was that little witch girl? Was that a dream? Is all of this a dream?
Our scarecrow pal here holds a record of the witch girl's past. Sadly, it's in the process of being destroyed by some real nasty characters. So I need you to get out there and restore those memories.
You mentioned the record of the past. Is that a video or something?
It's good to see you so eager to learn. Well, sadly, Papa has no idea. Ugh, these things are such a pain. We'll have to break through them if we want to restore the past.
That's my phone! Oh, thank goodness I can finally use my phone again. Oh, never mind. Looks like it's still not working.
Phone still broken? Well, that's a piece of bad news.
Is this a prison?
Take a gander at those iron bars. One of them should show us the way. I bet that did the trick. Right then. Ready to restore the past?
Is it going to suck me in again? Because that was a terrible feeling.
Life at school had remained relatively unchanged throughout the long years. The once young girl now grows ever closer to adulthood. The bell rings out, signaling the start of the day, and she picks up her pace as she runs down the hall. A bespectacled student calls out to her, the same one she attempted to rescue all those long years ago. Though she has matured in many ways, she remains as shy as ever. The professor gazes out across the room and begins her lecture. Pledges are a long-held custom for our kind. They allow two who are close to form a pair and pass their magics to each other. Once a pair affirms their feelings for one another, they seal the contract with an avowal ring. The day of pledging draws near, and you will all be able to participate if you so desire. The students have heard much about this ritual and murmur excitedly as the professor adjourns class. A group of boys slowly walk up to the girl with the wavy hair and offer her gifts of adoration. The girl's mature aura had been garnering popularity for some time, but she has no interest in forming a contract with the boys and quickly brushes them aside. But then, another student walks in to take their place. It is the spiky-haired boy who shared a meal with the two girls when they were younger. That day led to a friendship between the three that only grew stronger as the years went by. The boy teases the wavy-haired girl, calling her cruel for discarding all of her suitors with such haste. Though playful, she finds his taunts to be irritating. But she knows reacting to them will only make her the subject of further ridicule. The bespectacled girl stifles a laugh at her friend's affectionate bickering. But this sits poorly with the other girl, who whirs around and asks a single question of her friend. The laughter dies, and after a long moment of serious consideration, she finally gives a halting answer. No one in particular. Their conversation is cut short by the ringing of another bell. "We're going to be late," says the bespectacled girl as she bolts from the lecture hall. A confused eddy of feelings whirl about in the other girl's heart. But she can only watch as her friends walk away.
Another memory from that little witch.
Well, she's clearly the stubborn sort who has problems opening up to others. How about you, Hina? You can always be honest with your old man, right? Oh. Ooh, that's cold. It's dark here, so watch your step.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
The sun doesn't shine anymore. It's broken.
How do you break a sun? This place is... Oh, right.
Oh, you kids these days are always taking pictures on your phones. Well, we should be off.
All right. You know, I bet that picture would go viral if I uploaded it.
Don't you have beautiful scenery to look at in your own world?
I don't know. I guess I've never really had time to take in the scenery.
In that case, look for as long as you want. Pretend Papa's not even here.
Thank you.
On the day of pledging, the city is resplendent with all manner of decorations and colors. The sight causes the wavy-haired girl to practically bounce up and down with excitement. Hurry, she calls to her friends. Let's go before the shops close. Smiling, she leads her friends through the streets. enticed by the delicious scents on the air, the girl suggests they visit a nearby food stall. With their bespectacled friend called away, the boy and girl suddenly find themselves alone. "Let's get going," she says, trying desperately to control the quiver in her voice. "I can't let him know how fast my heart is beating." Thoughts and emotions swirl inside the girl like a maelstrom. With all of her senses on the highest of alert, she does not even realize how fast she is moving. The two finally arrive at the pledging plinth, their figures silhouetted by the setting sun. The girl speaks first. She removes an avowal ring from an inner pocket, the same one used to seal a pledge. Silence stretches out. A moment, an hour, an age. Finally, the boy shakes his head. The girl's heart is immediately drowned in an ocean of despair. The boy manages to form a kind of base apology, his head hanging low all the while. "I'm sorry," he says. "I never meant to hurt you. But I'm going to make a pact with our best friend." Vision blurs, sound roars. Without even realizing it, the girl begins to run, hoping that will somehow stop her tears. When she finally comes to, it is dark. The throngs of people mere suggestions in the shadow. At the sound of approaching footsteps, she turns around. Her friend has returned, none the wiser as to what has transpired. The innocent question pricks at the girl's heart like a thorn. "You were my friend. I told you everything. You kept this from me the entire time." Bewildered, the bespectacled girl attempts to form a response. No, he doesn't understand. He doesn't know. Her lips tremble. Her breath halts. "He doesn't know I love you." And in the face of this unexpected confession, the wavy-haired girl can only stand and stare.
There is nothing more sad or terrifying than young people in love.
I wonder who ends up with who.
Listen, now that you're used to your job, I have something to tell you. The broken sun in this world once contained a great power. And this job I'm asking you to do will hopefully fix it.
So, if I repair the sun, I can go home?
We'll see. When you finish this restoration, you'll get a fun surprise.
Seriously?
Very seriously. That's a Papa promise.
The wavy-haired girl is stunned. She thought her friends were going to betray her by pledging themselves to each other. But instead, her bespectacled friend has confessed feelings for her. I went out with him once because I didn't know how to get out of it, whispers the bespectacled girl. But it was you. It was always you. The wavy-haired girl is confused, bewildered, overwhelmed. All she can think to do is escape. I hate you, she cries as she flees. I wish you would both just disappear forever. For the next 3 days, the girl barely eats or sleeps. Her heart aches with regret. Regret that she allowed her emotions to run roughshod. Regret at the horrible things she had said. On the day of pledging, the air in the school is heavy and thick. The professor clears her throat. She lists the students who have pledged themselves to each other. But the girl's friends are nowhere to be found. She watches blankly as one pair after another walk past with joy on their faces. But no matter how much time passes, her friends do not arrive. The professor is clearly troubled by this development. Knowing how close the three are, she asks the girl to search for them. As she runs, the girl comes to a realization. As long as they can both be happy, nothing else matters. She decides then and there to apologize to her friends. And to do all she can to support whatever decision they arrive at. Finally, she comes to a door held fast by a strange magic. Concerned, she quickly dispels it and proceeds inside. The boy lies before her. His body is cold and still. The cause of his death is unknown. But as no magic art can revive him, a funeral is held the following day. The boy lies in his casket. His death is a mystery, and the bespectacled girl has vanished without a trace. The wavy-haired girl had wished them both away in a moment of rage, and now it had come to pass. If only she had supported them. If only she'd never loved the boy. If only, if only, if only. As regret clamps its cold fingers around her heart, she whispers 4 words to whatever god might be listening.
Those friends of hers were close as family. I hope her heart wasn't too terribly scarred after all that. You did a fine job, girl. So here's the fun surprise I promised. A soul fragment.
It's pretty, but I can't believe we came all that way just for this. Anyway, can you please send me home now? I really need to get back soon.
Now, I bet you'll change your mind if we go just a bit further.
Why are there TVs here? Wait, that's strange. They all look like the old TV we have at home.
Do you really think it could be a coincidence? Think, girl. Try to remember.
In a metropolitan high school, the windows have been flung wide to welcome the early summer breeze. The chatter of students eager to head home fills the halls. A girl emerges from a classroom. Her friend has been asking for this particular favor for the entire school year. "All right," says the girl, "but you owe me a soda." Her teacher's confidence in her ability could not be more clear. "I'll do my best," responds the girl, giving her teacher a polite smile that fails to reach the eyes. She deftly turns down the invitation with a promise to go later and rushes for the school gates. To all eyes, the girl is a sociable, clever student who openly embraces all the joys youth has to offer. The girl makes her way down a quiet residential street, away from the chaos and clatter of the city. She hurries home with quick and silent steps. "I'm home," she calls out in a relieved voice after stepping through the door. Said home is a meager, unfortunate apartment, a far cry from the halcyon image of her school life. The girl finds her father sitting listlessly in a room barely large enough for two. She begins to buzz about the space, straightening and cleaning without the slightest hint of resentment. Perched casually atop the TV is a bank book that represents their entire life as father and daughter. The remaining balance is less than some of her friends' allowances. But she manages to make ends meet by working part-time. She carefully picks a rumpled suit off the floor and places it neatly on a hanger. When did he last wear this? She wonders to herself. He has been unemployed ever since he and her mother divorced. She finds a family photo fallen from one of the gaps between books. It shows her with her parents and little brother, who had gone to live with their mother after the divorce. It shows a time when happiness was not yet a fiction, and after a moment, she crushes it in her fist. The room tidied, the girl alights on a cushion and takes a small rest. Her father's speech is dull, flat. It sounds like the final puff of air released from a corpse. His ex-wife's wasteful spending had saddled him with impossible debts. Emotionally and spiritually broken, Her father's daily life had become a thing of rote and sorrow. But it had not always been so. The man once provided his little girl with all the joy imaginable. So no matter how hard their life might be, she would continue to smile for his sake. Dad? Did I just see my past? I'm so confused right now.
This isn't exactly a sure thing, but you know how we're restoring the past and the scarecrows? Well, we might be able to change your past in the same way. Fun, right?
Really? You can actually do that?
I think so. So long as we repair the sun, that is.
All right then. I'll help you collect the fragments.
Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't turn your back on dear old Papa.
I'll collect all of the fragments. And then...
That's the spirit. Keep working hard for your old man.
My phone's been updated. It's so pretty here.
Just look how the sun hits those leaves. Perfect place for a date, huh?
Please stop teasing and just take me to the next soul fragment.
I'm happy to. But your old Papa wasn't teasing.
This tower is massive. Oh, it's a dead end.
Go on, girl. Give that button a good push.
What the... Ow.
You okay there, kiddo? Next time I'll slide under you and save your poor hiney.
I'd rather you didn't.
Well, here's the scarecrow. Better get to restoring it.
It looks like an animal.
Wonder whose past is recorded in this one.
Two girls and a boy once met at a school for children with magical talents. Though they became best friends, trouble arose during an event known as the Day of Pledging. On that day, their star-crossed feelings spiraled out of control and changed their lives forever. The boy perished, and one of the girls vanished, events that seemed to spell the end of the friendship. Near the witch's village, a deep wood lies enshrouded in a thick and heavy mist. Silence hangs on the branches like alien fruit. It is as if the trees themselves are staring at the unexpected visitor in their midst. For at this very moment, the creature, and it, makes its way deeper into the wood. It is nervous, its steps uncomfortable. Finally, the creature arrives at a mirror standing sentinel within the wood. When it sees the image within, it reflexively rejects the vision. For the creature harbors a deep and all-consuming loathing of its own visage. As if attempting to hide the filth it sees, the creature drapes a white sheet over its figure. The shadow within the mirror calls out to the creature wearing the white cloth. The shadow names the creature before it a werebeast, a thing beyond all comprehension. A smile slithers across the shadow's face, as though no secret can be hidden from its gaze. You wish to be human, yes? The shadow's tone is thick, the words viscous. They worm their way around the heart of the werebeast, poking and prodding with irresistible cruelty. Finally, the werebeast responds in a voice both quaking and resolute. I will do anything to be human. Anything.
Guess we're restoring the past of a beast this time.
It seems like it takes place in the same world as last time, doesn't it? So if I repair this past, I get another soul fragment?
Exactamundo! That's some memory you got there, kiddo. Maybe try not to fall down this time? All right?
I know. That beast from earlier was actually sort of cute.
So who do you think's cuter? That beast or your old papa here?
The beast.
You could have at least pretended to think about it.
Are you going to help me restore these things at all?
Papa already has a big job, and that's guiding you around the cage. You see, I'm more the kind of guy who likes to coast through life on royalties.
I suddenly understand you so much better. Oh, the road's collapsed.
Well, we should be able to cross on those routes. Just, try not to fall down. All right, kiddo?
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. Nope, not okay.
Come on, girl. You can do it. Papa's right behind you, so no need to worry.
Well, we made it. Somehow. But, wait. Another dead end? Ugh.
Why not give that thingamajig there a little poke?
Huh? What is it this time? I'm dizzy.
That there's what we call a good old-fashioned warp.
Wow. Look at those buildings.
You know, I bet there's some kind of connection between your world and this one. Speaking of, do you miss the old homestead?
Of course I do.
Needed a moment to think about it, did you? Okay, so I'm thinking these stairs might, break?
Please say you're joking.
Ooh, wee. That was close. If we'd dawdled any more...
I want to go home.
Chin up, girl. It's time to go to work.
The werebeast arrives at the city that contains the School of Magic. The night is dark, the silence full, yet it is a far different quiet than the still of the wood. The people of the city sleep easily in the protection of their warm homes. And as the werebeast takes in the sight, an indescribable feeling begins to well up inside its chest. Perhaps it is envy. Perhaps it is hate. When it gazes into a dusty window, it sees the shadow staring back. The werebeast does everything that is asked of it, also it might fulfill its own singular desire. The townsfolk's howls of rage shatter the night. The terrified werebeast slips into the dark and makes its way back to the wood. The shadow's smile is ever present, as it praises the werebeast's work. But the exhausted werebeast cares not for praise, and begs the shadow to finally make it human. The shadow is not finished. Oh no. Instead, it makes one final demand. Before I make you human, you must snuff out the lives of 100 magic users.
So the beast needs to sacrifice 100 magic users? Oh, how awful.
Every wish has its price, no matter where you are.
Warps are convenient, but I don't think I'll ever get used to them. That was... We need to get through here right away. There's no one here. Is this a prison? Do you lock bad people up in the cage?
Who can say?
Someone's here, sis. This is too dangerous. You need to hide.
Well, I'll be good and damned. They can talk. These chatterboxes are nasty types that invaded the cage. And we need to send them packing.
Please, just let my little sister go.
But they're so scared.
If you don't take care of these birds, we'll never get the other soul fragments.
Please just don't hurt my little sister. There's no point in living without my sister.
No. Oh, no.
Don't let it get you down, kiddo. There was no other way. Why the long face?
Just thinking about my brother from back when we were kids. Since I was his big sister, I always wanted to protect him.
Got a little brother, eh? Say, think Papa could take a peek at that phone of yours?
All right, but just a peek. Hey, stop! What are you doing?
Well, you seem pretty lonely back there, so I decided to give your brother a ring.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, well, sorry about that. Just trying to do something nice for you, you know?
I'm sorry I yelled at you.
Oh, that's all right. I shouldn't have done whatever it is I did. Now hop on in.
Right. Here I go.
The air in the wood hangs strangely ominous. Branches bend, leaves rustle, critical whispers drift sinister on the breeze. They speak of atrocities, of arrogance. But the werebeast pays them no mind as it trundles deeper into the wood. Behind it, a heavy sack leaves a furrow where it drags upon the earth. Inside it is the corpse of a magic user. As the 99th victim falls, the shadow raises its voice in a spasm of utter glee and delight. Animosity and rage seep out from the mirror and coat the werebeast in their violent sheen. When the werebeast awakens from her stupor, a familiar witch stands before her. And for the very first time, she begins to fight against the shadow's unthinkable words. Standing before her is the one she has loved for so long. The girl with the wavy hair. The frantic werebeast attempts to string words together, praying they will reach the girl. I will do anything for you. I will be perfect for you. Just please love me. Please. When the voice reaches the girl with the wavy hair, realization grabs her by the throat. Oh God. Oh my God. This monster. It's my best friend.
So, the beast was the girl with the glasses all along. I think this piano is...
This remind you of something?
Yeah, I used to practice the piano at my grandparents' house when I was a little girl. It always made everyone so happy when I played it well.
Well, that sounds like a nice memory. You'll have to play something for Papa sometime.
As long as it's something simple. And only if we get a chance before I go home. Keep going up and up.
We'll be at the last scarecrow soon. It's the home stretch before payday. moment of truth. Let's see what happens to the beast.
Once I restore this scarecrow, I'll finally get another soul fragment.
In the ruin of a wood, the girl with the wavy hair stands before her best friend, the once bespectacled girl who has now assumed the form of a beast. She has a question that must be asked. Upon hearing the answer, the girl hangs her head low. The cry of the beast and the enmity of the girl swirl together amongst the quaking trees.
I can't believe I thought you were my best friend.
Why don't you understand? Don't you believe me?
I hate you!
No, 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 no! Vanish this world would disappear.
The bespectacled girl has fully transformed into a creature of pure malice and hate. As her best friend collapses to her knees, she directs a spell at her. Yet all reason is not lost. Tears pool in her eyes, her fists unclench. With her human heart returned, the girl extends a hand to the one she has always loved. With those words spoken, the girl with the wavy hair plunges her staff into her own chest. The pitiful beast clings to the weathered and clouded mirror, begging for salvation. But the glass remains silent. The only sounds are the wails of the beast as they echo about the wood. There had never been a shadow. The bespectacled girl despaired over an existence where her wish would never come to pass. So she cast a terrible curse upon herself and sought vengeance against the self-same world that denied her. But when the path of her revenge came to its end, she realized that it led to nothing.
Well, I guess they were together at least. But despite how much they cared for each other, they couldn't escape what fate had in store.
To avoid conflict, someone needs to push down their feelings. It's the only way nobody gets hurt.
In any case, difficult topics aside, you did a fine job.
Another dead end. Oh, but we can skip this with a warp, right?
Oh-ho! Someone's found her big girl pants.
These TVs. So next, we're going to see my...
Facing the past is the responsibility of the one who desires to change it.
The girl, a student at a metropolitan high school, walks the halls with a bright and cheerful smile. But hidden behind that brilliance is the truth of the unhappy life she lives with her father. The debt accumulated by her mother caused immense mental and emotional pressure on her father. But she continues to wear a smile, for his sake. With the day complete, people hurry about their business in the evening gloam of the city. The girl walks alone on the street, bathed in the warm glow of brilliant neon. Her hood has been pulled down over her eyes, as if attempting to hide a grim truth. When a message comes to her phone, she glances down before typing a simple reply. Almost there. Urged on by her client, she picks up her pace. The lights of the city fade as the girl enters the malignant gloom of a dingy alleyway. While the city is bright and vibrant, here, darkness reigns. A young man of college age stands amidst the shadows. Seeing her approach, his face breaks out into a lean and hungry grin. She takes his money and hands him a small bag in return. A bag containing illegal drugs. This is her secret, the profession she has assumed so she might repay her family's massive debt. As the student continues mumbling, she spins on one heel and begins her retreat. Guilt, that old, familiar friend, rises in her chest. Guilt over abetting the destruction of another life. Enough. This is for Dad. Nothing else matters. Suddenly, a knife appears, as if conjured from the dark. Fearing what the man might do, the girl dashes away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She weaves and bobs through the crowd of people, drying tears on her sleeves as she runs. Suddenly, a collision. An impact. Pain. All she wants, all she has ever wanted, is to live a quiet life with her father. She has risked everything for this one small wish. But in this world, the people who pass by on the street care nothing for her. The dim fluorescent light barely illuminates the room. I'm home, cries the girl as she forces a false cheer into her voice. Her father's empty eyes gaze into a blank television. Pressing on, she sits down and begins excitedly telling him about her day at school. Eventually, she gets around to the biggest news, a list of jobs at fine companies that her homeroom teacher had encouraged her to pursue. Convinced this news will lift her father's spirits, she is shocked to see him crumple into himself and begin to wail uncontrollably. As he sobs, he speaks of the shame he feels in being unable to provide his daughter with the higher education she deserves. As she calls out to her unstable father, her true feelings burst to the surface. Why, Dad? Why are our lives like this? It is a question she has asked uncountable times, yet the answer is always the same. It is her mother's fault, the woman who took everything from them and left nothing but crushing debt in return. And so this day ends like all the others, with cold rage accumulating in her heart like so much snow in a blizzard. It's her fault. It's all her fault.
Things were never easy for you, huh, kiddo?
I would do anything for my dad. But I can't. Not by myself, anyway.
If you fix the broken sun, then your past will... Hey, easy there. Tears don't suit you. Now come here and give Papa a hug. You can even wipe your snot all over me. I don't mind a bit.
I'm good, thanks.
Ha, there's that smile. All right then. Let's get a move on.
Okay.
You know, I think it's time for me to start putting in work so I can keep seeing that smile of yours.
Just don't throw out your back, old man. Did my phone update again? What's that smell?
Smells like rusted iron to me.
Oh, come on. A dead end already?
Papa's got this one. Oopsie daisy. Well, this is a humdinger of a deal. The lever's rusted in place. Whew. Their old Papa's still got it.
Yeah, barely.
Well, would you look at that? We got waterfalls and lots of them big wheel thingies.
It's awfully cold here.
You come snuggle next to Papa then. I'll keep you warm.
I should have brought a coat.
Well, here's our first dark scarecrow. Let's hop to it, eh? Just restore the past recorded in the scarecrow to get your soul fragment.
I wonder what I'll see this time.
In a distant and technologically advanced world, the stage is set for an idol's live performance. This wildly popular, yet enigmatic singer is due to release her newest creation. As she appears before the audience, the first notes of a melody hum through the air. Her powerful voice soars across the crowd. The people forget their troubles, their worries, and for a moment permit themselves to simply be. The shared euphoria is so great, it seems as if the crowd will lift up and float away. As the girl on stage finishes her performance, she speaks to the rapturous crowd. She begins telling them about all of the emotions she had poured into her new song. But before she can finish, a group of angry men shove their way onto the stage. The girl flinches beneath their sharp gazes as they begin to angrily berate her. What good is music when we're at war, they cry. The men hurl insults in her direction as they move toward her inch by menacing inch. You foolish girl, you simpleton, you have no idea of what's really going on. She does not respond. She cannot. And when they are finally within arm's reach, they lash out in anger. But the idol vanishes. All that remains are a pair of words. Log out. For theirs is an online world that exists in virtual reality. And with no one left to host the event, the concert ends on a note of confusion.
Was that some kind of concert? It looked so futuristic.
A futuristic memory is kind of a fun oxymoron, don't you think? You have any dreams for the future, kiddo?
Actually, I've always wanted to be a teacher.
My wife? Gosh, I'm flattered, but...
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Say, do you ever go home?
Actually, old Papa here can't go home until we fix the sun.
Talk about abusive workplaces. Oh, it's raining.
Well, that's no good. Let's hold up here until it passes.
I didn't know it rained here. What a beautiful view. It feels like we've come such a long way. I always used to hate the rain.
Say, I've got an idea. Scooch over here.
Oh! You're an umbrella.
Now you'll stay nice and dry.
Aren't you cold?
Rain and cold don't mean a dang thing to me, so long as you're cozy.
Thanks. In TV shows, guys always lend girls their umbrellas when it starts raining. I used to wish that would happen to me.
And then they'd walk home together under the same umbrella. Just like us.
Not sure this is quite the same.
Here's your second scarecrow. Good luck in there.
This is a country so technologically advanced, it governs itself with an artificial intelligence. Buildings glitter, monitors shine. Every facet of their civilization is a testament to technology. But in one corner of their renowned capital city, a lone girl heaves a heavy sigh. She is the true face behind the singer from the virtual concert. Her life has been locked in a holding pattern since the unfortunate events at her last show. Everywhere she looks, she sees armed guards, security drones, cameras. Her country has been at war for many years now. The smiles of its people are dim and dismal things. Only the artificial lights carry any brilliance now. War, and the changes it has wrought, have stolen both the people's smiles and their happiness. Eventually, the girl comes across people arguing. Soldiers forcefully pull along a citizen who is protesting the recent military draft. Conflict with other countries has now created fierce disputes within their own borders. With a gun turned on them, the citizen finally falls in line. It is a sad sight, and the girl finds herself much upset to see such weakness. We are all human, she thinks, yet we cannot stop fighting. News of the war plays endlessly on the feeds, driving the people near to madness with worry. The girl had begun singing in an attempt to restore some small bit of joy to her fellow citizens' lives. But now, all she can think about are the angry screams directed at her during the last show. They haunt her dreams, steal her sleep, and cause her to ask one question again and again. Is there even a point to anything I've done?
Those buildings nearly touched the clouds. Now that's some first-rate technology.
But no matter how advanced science gets, wars never stop.
Maybe that's just human nature for you. We should be safe from the rain here.
The path splits off here.
The left one should take us where we need to go. Oh, right! I forgot to mention there are 3 soul fragments in all. That means once you get your fragment in this part of the cage, our job is over.
Oh, wow. So I'll finally be able to go home. It's Tokyo Tower, and these buildings are...
I bet dollars to donuts this means we're getting closer to your world. We got a bunch more suns now, too.
Wait, more suns? What are you talking about?
Oh, don't worry your pretty head about it. For now, try holding your hand up to that bird statue.
My head is spinning.
Looks like we warped somewhere else. Still, this should get us where we need to go.
We warped again. It's pretty amazing technology, even if I don't understand exactly how it works.
This sounds like me and that phone of yours.
I suppose so. Is this where we came from?
I think we can keep going now. That there looks like our 3rd scarecrow.
Good, because I'm really sick of warping around.
The girl is racked with indecision. She knows the people are exhausted of endless war, Yet she is unsure if she should sing again. She began doing so in order to restore some small bit of happiness to their lives. But some people became enraged that she might dare to do such a thing in a time of war. This dark shadow has now crawled inside her thoughts and taken up residence as a most unwelcome guest. There's no point in making music if it just ends up hurting people. So where did it all go wrong? And what's the right thing to do? The power of her prayers has brought her this far. But now, even those have grown muddied and dark, casting a gloom over her once brilliant face. Her head droops, her eyes fade. But then, she receives a notification. She opens her inbox. In it, she finds messages beyond counting. Many are words of encouragement for her actions. Some are critiques, some threats. But among them all, one in particular stands out. A message of thanks from a former soldier. Though he is no longer able to fight, he says her music encourages him to keep helping however he can. Silent tears appear in the corners of her eyes. As she reads the messages, she is reminded of a sensation, an emotion, long thought lost. And she realizes then and there what truly matters.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Good to hear things are going well, but you must succeed this time.
Oh,
You bet. Don't worry about a thing.
In that case, take good care of her then.
Sorry, hon, your old pop's got wrapped up in something.
who is that?
Her? Oh, just my boss. But don't you worry about it.
You seem down. Are you okay?
Me? I'm just peachy.
Uh-oh. That sounds like...
We got thunder coming. Oh! Talk about a fright! That thunder scared me right back into my old self. That was close. You all right?
Not really.
Well, my power's running a little low. You mind ditching the umbrella for a bit?
No, that's fine.
We should reach the fourth scarecrow soon. Let's go before we're soaked to the bone.
Wait, what happened? No! Hey, are you okay? Come on, this isn't funny. No, don't leave me alone again. Please, Papa.
That was the first time you've called me Papa. Hey, chin up, kiddo. Tears don't suit that pretty face. Up I go.
Are you all right?
Sure, right as rain. Can't rest until I get you back to your world. Ah, that's smarts.
Please don't push yourself.
Go on then. I'll be fine. Let's see what's going on inside this last fellow here.
You get some rest, okay?
Sure thing, kiddo. Don't you go worrying about me.
A melody of prayer echoes through the midnight city. Then come voices criticizing the girl once more. Music envelops the city like an ocean squall. People watch the video of the girl, her powerful yet delicate voice absorbed in song. And then, a secret, formless light begins to shine. The girl, now present, walks through the city to witness it for herself up close, singing the same notes that swirl and tumble in the gaps between buildings. She sees people cheering for her holograms, and others jeering with equal fervor. Once again, her actions bring out the fiercest of reactions from all who see her. But she no longer doubts herself. The Idol of Light believes in the power of music, and uses it to convey her will to all who hear it. She once made a vow to the people of her land. She promised to wipe away their tears and stay close to those with heavy hearts. And I will keep singing, because I...
She was a kind-hearted singer who just wanted to save her people. Hard to imagine the weight of everything she had to bear.
I'm just glad this wasn't a past where someone had to suffer.
Anyway, congrats on finishing up your restoration work, kiddo.
So this is the last soul fragment.
Now you're ready to repair the sun. Let's get a move on.
I have a bad feeling about this path.
Don't worry. Papa's right behind you.
Okay. What are these? There are voices in my head.
Easy now. It's proof that we're getting close to your world. The broken sun is becoming whole again. A wish fulfilled comes with a price. That is the law of this world.
A girl hurries through a darkened city to her job. Her life with her father, as well as the lives of countless others, hang delicately in the balance. No matter how disheartened she may be, she bears the weight of her sins alone. All for the small, fragile happiness she has with her father. Graduation season soon approaches the Metropolitan High School. Echoes of excited students fill the after-school hallways. Summoned by her homeroom teacher, the girl makes her way to the faculty room. The students' unusual murmurs cause unease to swell in her chest like a wave. As she announces herself, the teachers turn as one to look at her. She makes her way through the uncomfortable atmosphere as quietly as possible. Her teachers used to await each of her tests with the pride of heightened expectations. But now they merely stare at her with disappointment. His words drop like a stone. They received a report that she has been selling drugs in the city. As a result, her offer to join an upstanding company after graduation has been rescinded. And as if adding insult to injury, she hears that she is to be suspended. Once the scolding is done, the girl wanders out of the office in a daze. All of her hard work has blown away like chaff in the wind. And horrible rumors are now racing through the school hallways like wildfire. She has nothing left but sorrow and despair, and so she gives herself over to them. An inky sun rises in her heart. She walks on, guided by its dismal light. cruel words swirl and eddy all about, forming a swift denial of her entire life. Unable to bear the strife in her heart, she finally stops running. She remembers what she and her father said to one another when she was young. Even when her mother scolded her. Even when she fought with her brother. Her father had always been on her side. After a moment, she begins to walk once more. She walks so she might stay with her beloved father and smile at him like the sun. All that awaits her outside of the school is the endless, worried path home. By the time she makes up her mind to tell her father the truth, the sun has long since vanished. Their house is quiet as a grave. Believing her father to be asleep, she whispers, "I'm home." After a moment, she gropes for the light. What she sees is beyond her worst nightmares. The empty shell of her father swings slowly in the gloom. His hollow eyes, worn down by this painful reality, stare upon his only daughter. Her heart tears apart and shatters in her chest. Her last ray of sunlight flickers and dies. And as tears begin to form around the corner of her eyes, she finds herself tumbling into an endless dark. If only she was never here. If only... Everything I did was for my dad. I studied hard, and no matter how difficult things got, I always smiled. So why was it always me?
Oh, Hina. Let's keep going. Once you fix the sun, I'm sure your past will... It's time for your journey to come to an end.
I know. I'll do what I came to do.
This here is our last stop, kiddo. It's the place in the cage closest to the sun. And it's also the place closest to your world. I know we didn't have much time together, but I appreciate everything you did for me.
I think I should be thanking you. Oh my god, the sun is so big.
Come here. This way. You'll find the altar of the sun at the top of these stairs. Offer up the fragments, and it'll put the sun back together. You'll be okay, Hina. No matter what happens in your world, you'll overcome it. All right, you scamp, get going already.
Being with you reminded me of what my dad was like during better times. And I had a lot of fun.
Glad to hear it. Well, this is your last job. You ready?
Yeah. Off I go. So, tell me, kiddo. How do you want to change your past?